YouTube check. What's up, Twitch? What is up? All right. Let's do a vibe coding session. What is that camera angle today? It is what it is. Oh, I know. It's because I'm not cropped. I'm not zoomed in. It's fine. It's fine. All right, guys. Hopefully you can hear me okay. You know, why don't we do a little mic check again? A little 1, 2, 3. Let's see. YouTubes. Checking YouTube. All right. Unmute. Feels a little quiet. Let's up that audio a little bit. How's that? Is that better? I'll amp it up just a little bit. Could also be my Mac. Let me check my sound here. Yeah, I could go a little higher on this. How's that? Let's up that audio a little bit. Get some echo here. How's that? Is that better? Amp it up just a little bit. Could also be my Mac. Let me check my sound here. Yeah, I could go a little higher on this. How's that? All right. Bye-bye, echo. Go away. All right, I see we got some guy in the chat. Who's that? Strange static a bit. Okay. Let me turn down the gain. I bet it's the gain. Let me know if that's any better or not. You're about 30 seconds behind. Oh, you said sounds good though. Okay, so I don't know. Tell me if it's bad. All right, who's over on Twitch? Who we got on Twitch? Who's on first? Nobody in Twitch yet. All right, guys. Where's my regulars? By regulars, I mean that one guy I talked to at 3 a.m. that one time. All right, so this is going to be a quick but fun. Not quick. Quick as in I'm not going to get distracted. Quick as in I'm going to do the thing I set out to do, okay? We are going to vibe code a game. I had an idea. Inspired by a YouTube short I saw of an old Sega Genesis racing game. I forgot what it was called. But you got to make your own tracks. It was really bad graphics. But it inspired me because I've been playing a lot of Forza lately. And I want to make a racing game. And I don't think I'll be able to do good graphics or anything. But that doesn't matter. Because here's the hook. It's going to be like my other game where it's completely public. If you go to /Randroid, then you see my track. If you go to /Luca, you see Luca's track. And every track comes with its own leaderboard, lap times. So anybody can come and try to set a record on your leaderboard. That's the hook. What do you guys think? Can we build that? Will that be fun? Yeah, that'd be great. Do that, Android. Yeah, that sounds awesome. All right. Thanks, guys. My chat's the best. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna break out Twitch. I'm gonna split it so I can see both in case anyone shows up. Alrighty. Pause that guy. Let me share my screen. I just got done updating everything. The first thing we're actually gonna do is create a repo. If my nephews are watching, pop quiz. What is a repository? Huh? Do you remember? You better remember. No, I'm just kidding. Here we are on GitHub, Randroid's Dojo. Come check it out. Most of the stuff is public. There's probably some private stuff in here at the moment, but nothing crazy. Yeah, baby piano. That's right. I made a piano for my baby. That actually, I got some tips on this. Oh, see, I said I wasn't going to get distracted. Here I am already freaking distracted. I lost my YouTube chat. What the heck? When I split the window. Okay, it's back. All right, I'm not going to get distracted, but check out the piano game. If your name is Scott, I fixed the black keys. Thank you, Scott. All right. We're going to make a new repository, and I already picked the name. Can't change my mind. Oh, damn it. My keyboard's broke. So maybe we'll go shopping for a new keyboard after this. But I have a split keyboard and the right side's broke. So I had to dig this out. I use this on my, dude, I'm really using my NAS that I have. I last Black Friday, I bought everything for a NAS. Maybe it was 2 Black Fridays ago. But I bought a big tower, a bunch of hard drives, some SSD for the boot drive, whatever. I bought all this stuff, and I needed a keyboard because it's in my closet. I need a keyboard and a little portable monitor so I can get to it really easily. And I never really loaded up. I never really put my backups on there, like barely anything. So I need to go back and do that, right? It's on my to-do list. But my SSD went out on my handheld Xbox, ROG Ally Xbox X. And if you know anything about that, I've been having trouble with that thing. Watch my shorts about it. But it's funny because that's the second SSD in my life to go out in just 6 months. The first one was on my PC, and that was my fault because I left the plastic on for 5 years and eventually burned out. This time, yes, I did open it, but I don't think I broke it because it was working for like a day after I closed it up, and then it just went out. And so, long story long, I took the SSD from my NAS, and now my NAS doesn't boot. And so I'm also stealing the keyboard. It's got a little trackpad on it too. It's pretty cool. See that? See that? See that? I'm doing that. I'm doing that. Okay, that's just wrong. So I'm going to type on this little guy. Here we go. What should we name it? I already know. Shift V I B E. This reminds me of texting on an old phone. I miss physical keyboards. We're calling it. Can you guess? Can you guess? Vibracer or Viberacer. How about automatic doodle? What? Why? Why GitHub? Why? 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 Where'd you get that idea? Whoa. What, is this coming from Dia? Have you guys seen this before? This is Dia? This has got to be Dia, right? This is Dia putting their agentic cursor. It's got to be. I've never seen that before. No, it could be GitHub because it's only on description. Let's see. You know what we should do? We should make whatever game GitHub comes up with. A collaborative agentic coded game about software development. No, I already made that game. That's a different one of my games. They must be trained on only my repos. So stupid. All right, so we're not using that. It is a vibe coded game, so maybe we could use that. But no, it's what did I say earlier? Someone just write down what I said earlier. Oh, you know what? This is the perfect time to use. I said I wouldn't get distracted. I said I wouldn't. I said I was gonna actually just do the thing. All right. Shout out to my editor, Santiago. Apologies. Jump around too much. But I do appreciate you. Thank you. Here we go. We're gonna talk. That's what we're gonna do. Ooh, but it takes a hotkey. I don't like that. Can I do that from here? What is that? Option command plus, no, command plus option equals. All right. You guys see that? Where's option? This is a PC keyboard. Don't say I don't like PCs. It's alt, right? Option control maybe? Option control. Where's equals? Don't tell me there's no equals on this small keyboard. Dude, I don't see an equals. That's crazy. Oh, okay, it's right here. It's right. My finger's covering it. Oh, just typed equals. It must not be control alt. This is what you guys came for, right? All right, editor, cut this out. Live streamers or live viewers, come back later. I'm just kidding. Could be Windows. That's why Windows control equals. Hello. Okay, didn't type equals that time, making me think it almost does something, but not what I need to do. Am I missing a key? Command plus option plus equal. Okay, let's try Windows Alt plus. Or Windows Alt equals. No. Dang. It's not gonna work. You know what? Let me try my actual keyboard to make sure this is correct. Oh, it just doesn't work at all. Okay. Is it because I'm hovering? That shortcut doesn't work. Command option. That's what I have. Command option equal. So you lied to me. You lied to me, Whisper. Cancel that. You know what I can do? You can just reset the hotkey. I'm going to reset it to hands-free mode. All right, here we go. You guys can't see it, but on my other window, I am reprogramming this. I'm going to set it to Alt-T. What's Alt-T? Windows T. That's Command-T. Wait, no, somehow that was Command-Option-T. No, what? Windows is Command. Alt is Option. T. Okay. Windows Alt-T. It's kind of hard to hit, but it should work. Here we go. Windows Alt-T. A vibe-coded racer game where you create the tracks and your friends try to beat your lap time. A vibe-coded racer game where you create the tracks and your friends try to beat your lap time. Ha 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 ha. Beautiful. Okay. What do you guys think of that, huh? Power of the voice. What else do we want? Public. You guys can come fork this right now. Free game. Free game alert. Who wants my code? When I say my code, I mean Claude's or Codex. Add a README. So, good tip here. Always add a freaking README because it makes checking out and committing the first, committing to the branch really easy. Because if you don't have that, then the initial commit is always annoying. Pro tip. Prompt, do we want to let Copilot build our game? No, not today. Create repo. There it is, guys. A vibe-coded racer game where you create the tracks and your friends try to beat your lap time. Okay? Next step. This is a tutorial for vibing a game. There's a lot of pieces, okay? First you got to know what Git is. Who knows that? Who knows what GitHub is, okay? My nephews didn't, that's for sure. All right, next step, you got to check out that project. You just created it. So why don't we go here, click on this little code here, click on this GitHub CLI, GH repo clone, Randrez Dojo, Vibe Racer. You can do this right now. It's public. Okay. And then I don't know what the command is on this thing. Probably Alt-V. Nope, that's a check. Somehow I did a check mark. I don't know what that was. Control-V? No. Windows V. It's Windows V. That's right. Enter. Boom. Didn't work. Boom, boom, boom. All right. If I press up. Nope. Back. There we go. I'm letting warp. So this is a AI-powered terminal called Warp. Check it out. I like it. Log in with a web browser. Nobody hacked me. Don't you dare steal my code. Now I gotta type, I'm gonna do it on this keyboard. 5D. Nope, I lied to you. If you're trying to hack me, I lied to you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Couldn't find anything. I typed it wrong or something. Really? 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 Really, really, really? Really, 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 really broken? Hello? Won't let me re-enter the code. Oh, go back. Okay, cool. One time when I was streaming it late at night, these guys were talking about hacking tools in my stream chat, and then I had to pair Steam or log into Steam on my PC, and the code was on the screen, and then I was like, somebody's hacking me, because it said like, was this you trying to log in? Which it was, but it said I was trying to log in from England, from the UK. I was like, that's not me. I'm being hacked. And then I realized I somehow had my VPN on. I hacked myself. Can you believe it? Sorry, I'm trying to get back to my... There we go. Man, stream chat is just blowing up tonight. Just kidding. There's nobody there. Oh, I lied. First time chat from Large Data. Is that you, Luca? Did you switch to Twitch? Not like this. All right. Oh, there's a GitHub upgrade. Sure, why not? Do I look funny typing like this? Yeah, you can't even tell. Okay, maybe I'll just use my actual Mac keyboard. It's not great for my posture, but that's fine. Oh, another meme. Who's that dude? Kappa? Ooh, because I'm capping? Is that why? I do not know the Twitch memes. I'm not. I watch YouTube VODs of Twitch streamers. I don't actually watch Twitch. Sorry. But I know what capping means. I'm cool. I'm cool like that. I'm just kidding. Oh my god, another one? You guys can't see all this. What face? Never mind. Never mind. All right. We're going to check out our project now that we logged in to GitHub. See, look at that. We'll say that anyone could vibe code. Come on. That's hard. That's challenging right there, what we just did. Look at this. Can't even type. CD Vibe Racer. Cool. We're in, guys. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? You guys can check this out. CD Vibe Racer. Boom. In 3 terminals. 3 terminal windows. Right there. All at once. And I'll turn it off. Ta-da. All right. Let's go into Claude. Claude, dangerously skip permissions. Yes, please. We can use, we could also try this. What is rich input? Oh, like you can paste in like formatting and stuff. I think this is Warp. Side topic, but Warp introduced some new UI here. Oh my god, this is terrible in full screen. So this is like the 3 windows, and it says it's Claude. If I had Codex, like I can open Codex over here, which is, it's gonna say it needs an update, but that's fine. Yes, I trust. Oh, no update. Now it's Codex branded. This is just Warp. Sup? Do some agent stuff. Then this is just Warps. See? 3 different agents. That's agentic coding right there, guys. All right, I'm actually gonna work out of this terminal here. Not logged in. Uh-oh, all day with these logins, man. All right, we're back. That was easy. That's my email. Send me an email. Go straight to spam. Alrighty then. How do I start off games? Well, first off, pick your model. If you guys haven't heard, Opus 4.7 with 1 million contacts is now out. It's been giving me trouble. They put a lot of guards in place so it doesn't run bash as easily. Security, man. They don't want you to be hacked. They're helping you by hurting you. So we're on Opus. We're on the main branch. There's nothing here. You can do this, and you can like see what's in the directory. .git, readme.md. What should we start with? So I usually start with a plan. So I go into, oh, check this out. So if you try to do auto mode, which I don't know why you have to even do that because you're already in dangerously skip permissions. But now you have to switch to auto mode. Auto mode lets Claude handle permission prompts automatically. Claude checks each tool call for risky actions and prompt injection before executing. Actions Claude identifies as safe are executed, while actions Claude identifies as risky are blocked, and Claude may try a different approach. Ideal for long-running tasks. Sessions are slightly more expensive. Oh, because it has to check every command. That's annoying. I mean, honestly, it's so smart. This stuff, the security was so lax and terrible before, but I also never really got myself into trouble. Got lucky, I guess. But yeah, it's kind of nice that they're thinking about this, but it sucks. I got to give more tokens now to get security on vibe coding. Anyways, I actually don't want auto mode, but I will accept that for next time. I want plan mode. We're gonna make a plan, guys. In fact, here's my game idea. Make a gdd.md game design doc. Actually, I like to put my docs in here. Capital, lowercase. Probably should be lowercase for the, because I do web. Somehow I got in the habit of doing capitals. What kind of project does capitals? What is it? C#? Top viewer, streamboo.com. Hey, what's up, spammer? What's up? You want me to buy viewers? Is that what you're trying to say? Get your friends, guys. I want legit viewers. Like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, please. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers. That's the bare minimum that you need to be considered. There's other requirements too, but you need at least 500 subscribers and a bunch of watch hours, which I don't have either. But start with subscribing, and then I can monetize my channel. That's the goal. That is the goal. We'll get there. All right, create this doc. What should go in this doc, guys? Our idea. What did I say it was earlier? A vibe coded game? Does Claude need to know that it's vibe coded? No. Okay, what else is it? It's a racer. Create your own tracks. Has its own leaderboards. Yes. How do you do leaderboards? Well, I'm going to deploy this thing with Vercel. And Vercel has integrations with key value store solutions. I forget the name of the one they use. There's a couple, I think. But I've done that in a game already, a couple of games. So I'm going to cheat. I'm going to cheat and I'm going to steal for myself. But you know what? It's not really cheating, because if you're watching, you can also steal from myself. Kind of. You won't be able to get the Vercel. You'll have to go into Vercel and you have to click a couple buttons yourself. Okay? You will have to do that. But me, I've just got to pick a game that I've already done that has a leaderboard. And the one that comes to mind is Determined. Right here. So we're going to, on this guy, we're going to CD into Determined, assuming I have it checked out. I do. We're going to fetch that guy, and we're going to pull the latest just to make sure. Then we're going to get the path. Cool. And plan. Here's my game idea. Make it. Okay, I didn't really start there. A simple racer. The perspective. Oh, I'm supposed to write. I'm supposed to use this guy. Sorry, I forgot already, guys. I mapped it on this thing, so I have to use this thing. It's getting dark in here. Is a follow cam, a far follow cam, like in Horizon, for Forza Horizon, where the cameras can see the full car, but it's behind it, like it's following, but maybe a little higher up. Third person for car driving. That's what we want for perspective. As far as controls go, we want it to work on both mobile touchscreen controls. We want those controls to float wherever you tap on the screen. Left side should control steering. Right side should control things like acceleration, braking, potentially gear shifting. Let's talk about that. Keyboard controls. Keyboard controls should have options, but we should start with the standard WASD, arrow keys, something for braking, gas pedal, and shifting as well. The vehicle itself should look clean and realistic, but cartoony. Let's go cartoony. You can use voxels or vectors. The game needs to be in 3D and have some kind of adjustable physics. As we're developing, we should be able to tweak those physics parameters. The vehicle should stay on the track, within the track. You should clearly be given some kind of signal that the race is beginning. So like a countdown, 3, 2, 1, go, or ready, set, go, green light or something interactive like that. And then you start your race, accelerate, and you go around the track and in a loop until you get to the finish line again. And your time is shown on the screen, and you can keep looping endlessly, setting new times. And your highest time, your lowest time, which is your best lap time, will stay on the screen until it's beat. There should be a menu where you can pause the game and go to the leaderboards. On the leaderboards, you should see an option to set your own initials. 3-letter initials, like an arcade game. And you should be able to submit your fastest time. There should be some validation where this time actually comes from the game, from a real lap time, and it's not easily hackable where someone could just call an endpoint with a scrubbed token and set their own times. We don't need amazing security, but we should try our best. As far as tech stack goes, we're going to build this natively for the web using any free and open source libraries that we need to. We're going to do deep research to find the best way to build the style and the physics that we need. We're going to pull from existing games like Determined, which you can find at /users/randroid/documents/devs/determined. We're going to use Vercel to deploy. We're going to use Vercel's own integration, meaning I'm going to log into Vercel and I'm going to say create new project, and I'm going to choose this repo, and that's going to do a big chunk of the integration for us. And then I want you to set it up so that integration auto deploys a preview on every PR and auto deploys to dev on every merge to main, just like Determined. Also like Determined, we want to use Vercel's solution for our key value store. I will go in and I will create a new data store, include instructions for me to remind me exactly how to do that in the UI, and any names or configurations that I have to set manually. Other features that we might consider, but we will research and experiment and flesh out before they're fully integrated, are the following. Car design customization, car physics / control tuning, a share button that lets you share your personal map, the feedback button, the fab that we have in Determined, also needs to be hooked up and wired in this game in the same way, so that people can create GitHub issues directly from the game by clicking this fab and then submitting title and description. that also requires some manual setup, specifically a GitHub token. So add steps to remind me how to do that. And that one is not optional. That one we're going to do for sure. Another thing we're going to do for sure, a key part of the game, is a track maker. The tracks should be simple by design to start. We should have a top-down view of the track when editing or creating the track. The tracks have simple pieces to start. Think of a toy, like a kid's toy that they would play with, where there's a straight piece, a right turn, and a left turn. And you create basic loops, and every track must be a closed loop. We should support some set number of pieces. We should have some limit to keep it reasonable to start. There should be a way to get to this track maker from the menu. There should be a way to edit this track. Each edited version of the track should be versioned specifically so that if it changes, so maybe we come up with a hash so that we know exactly what the piece layouts were. If it changes, then that creates a new leaderboard specifically to that hashed track. And so that means leaderboards can have versions that can be viewed. So you can skip back to an older version of the map. Now maps are going to be stored by these hashes in the key value store. It can be a different table or a different record from the leaderboards. In fact, it probably should be. But both the leaderboards for that track and the track, those need to be tied to a user. Now, we'll tie to a user specifically based on the web URL domain or the slash whatever at the end. So I will create a track at vercel.app or Randroid, whatever my Vercel domain is, slash vibracer slash, and then the final slash is the custom part. That key will be Randroid or Randy. I get to choose as a player. And so anything I create at that endpoint gets versioned and stored, linked together in our key value store. And what that allows us to do is have anybody use any domain suffix, any path to create a new instance of our game. When someone goes to an existing path, we automatically load the last saved version of the track that is tied to that path. This also means if somebody goes to slash vibracer without a track suffix or path, then they should be asked, what is your name? In fact, we should use that name for the leaderboards now that I think about it. Or maybe we stick with initials for leaderboard because you want to be able to use, you want to be able to type in your own initials when you set a high score on someone else's track. So scratch that. But yeah, you should choose the name of your track. That's what it is. Ask, do you want to create a new track? We can also put a load there. Do you want to load an existing track? And that load should pick randomly or pick the first pick the latest updated tracks, I guess. So that are at different paths. So if there's a slash Randy and a slash Luca and a slash Santi, each of those should show up in this load option. And clicking one of those will just go to that path and it will load the latest version of Luca's track or Randy's track or whoever you clicked. Anybody should be able to edit any track Anybody should be able to add their initials to their lap time as long as they've actually raced that version of the track. We should have a title screen. We should have a title screen with the same cartoony looking vibes of the game, and the title vibracer, and some generated streaming wave music. Sorry, not wave, but it will actually stream live synth sounds of the game track, like a title track. We should also have a variation of that streams and loops during the game. And a bonus feature later is we should have an option in settings to mutate the track somehow, to put your own personalization into the song that plays during your track. So imagine maybe you choose a word, or maybe it's based on your name, but there's some variation that will generate a slightly different track. We'll think about that later, but something like that. Ooh, that was a lot. What if I lost it, guys? What if I lost it? Boom. Oh, man. We'll see what it does with that. Normally, I would have typed something for like 2 minutes and then just been done and then iterate. But when I'm talking, a different part of my brain activates. It's weird. I was going deep on that one, guys. But you kind of see like where my brain goes, like, the things you start thinking about when you're building a piece of software, a game, whatever. You don't just say I want a racing game where I can create my own tracks. Like, you could do that. In fact, that would be a fun experiment to go do that with Codex or something. But I've done enough of these vibe coded games that I kind of know that I want the key value store, the leaderboards, the pathing stuff that I talked about. And so all that kind of comes out, but it comes out kind of like as I remember it. But Claude's smart. Claude is going to be able to like see where I went back and go, actually, no, I don't want that. And it will just ignore all that. Is this the most optimal prompt ever? No. But it's also not directly being used to create the game. It's being used to create a plan to create the game. It's actually being used to create a plan to create the GDD, the game design doc, that will be used to create the game in iterative steps. But this is how I like to work when I'm building games like this. Claude's going to read the README, which has nothing in it, which is great. It would also probably look for a Claude.md. I don't know if it said it did that or not, but we don't have one yet. I'll probably add one at some point. In fact, what I like to do is I add a Claude.md that has one line in it, and it's a reference to agents.md. Agents.md is the more open source one Claude refuses to use. Research complete. 2 notable findings to flag. Determine doesn't have a feedback fab. Dang it. That was a different game. That was one of the few that didn't have it. Your spec says to wire it up in the same way. I'll design it from scratch. So I'm going to interrupt this. I'm going to hit escape. And then we're going to find a game that does have it. So I'm pretty sure I have one. A fab just means floating action button. Which one? Which one did actually wired up? I have it in a lot, but I didn't actually wire it up to GitHub in a lot of cases. One of the earlier games has it. I think the Godot games. Go Pit, maybe? Go Pit or the digging one? What did I call that one? Go Dig? Yeah, Go Dig. So we could do like CD, Go Dig, and then I can go. We'll use Codex for this. YOLO. Oh, I just updated. I knew there was an update. You lied to me earlier. There was no update earlier. Bum, bum, bum. Maybe they're going to release 5.5 tonight, guys. Come on, OpenAI. You can do it. YOLO mode, trust, and then booting MCP. What the heck? Try the codex app. All right. Do we have a fab for giving feedback in this game? You know, I don't know if I pulled. That's fine. Get the fab implementation from another game then. Slash go dig has one. Come on, Codex. I am on 5.4 extra high, so that's why it's not necessarily immediate, but it's exploring, it's looking, it's trying to find it. Fab, floating button. See, I didn't tell it fab meant floating action button, but it knows. It knows. The main HUD only shows a pause button as the floating control so far. Yeah, so in later games, what I did is I hide it until you pause, and then I show it. Ah, I know what game has it. It's my real-time strategy game. What is that called? Anyone here that knows my games? If you don't know my games, by the way, go to my website, check them out. They're all free. You can play them embedded, or you can open them up for reals. Fracking Asteroids might have it. We can check that one. Pause. Yeah, Fracking Asteroids has it, but I don't think I actually ever gave it a GitHub token, so I don't think I get your feedback. Sorry, guys. The last one where I like fully hooked it up was Epoch. That was the name of it. Epoch has it. I don't know if you guys can hear, but there's like really bassy music in this one. Yeah, right here. I don't know why it's an extra button though. I don't like that. I do not like that. Fine. I'll use Epoch, but I'll tell it I don't want that extra button. Epoch. Where are we? CD Epoch. Epic. What do you... Oh, I don't know if you guys hear that, but that game music is crazy. There we go. CD Epoch. Epic. Technically, the Americanization of this word is epic, if you ask Google at least. But I think I prefer Epoch. Or maybe I have it backwards. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Epoch sounds cooler. Get pull. All right. There was a lot I didn't have, it seems. Epoch has one. One small change, though. I do want the fab to only appear when paused, but I don't want, but I want the text input to show as soon as I hit the, was it a question mark? Yeah, I don't remember. I'm not going to do it again. Hit the fab for feedback. Epoch makes you click one more menu item labeled feedback. I don't want that extra step. All right. And yes, you can just stop Claude and even Codex. You can just stop them mid-thought and pick up where you go, where you want. Interrupted. What should Claude do instead? So it was also doing something here, looking at determine for 3JS via CDN import. No Next.js bundler. Yeah, some of my games are more web appy than they are games. So 3JS is great for 3D and just vanilla JS. A lot of my games have been doing that lately. One of them, maybe Epoch, actually use Next.js, which is probably overkill. I might even tell it to go look at Fracking Asteroids, my latest game, for, I don't know, conventions or latest best practice, not best practices, but conventions that I use, like the idiomatic way to vibe a Android game or whatever. But it doesn't have the fab hooked up, so that's the only reason I'm not sending it there. Plus, I also kind of wanted to do new research. You know, Fracking Asteroids is a few weeks old now, and we're on a whole new model now, 4.7. 4.7. That sounds wrong. Is it 4.7? Yeah, it's 4.7. Claude 4.7. Yeah, there it is. So maybe there's some new conventions out there for making 3D games. About to find out. How dare you say frack? Okay. You're just joking, Luca. I thought you were gone, by the way. Are you listening and cleaning your kitchen or something? Forgot what you said you were doing. What we got on Twitch? Anybody watching? I can't see. We got 8 followers to go for our goal. That's cool. Oh, we do have 2 people. Or 1. I think 1 is me on my... I don't know if it counts me because I'm logged in, so it probably knows that's me. The voice prompt was mega. Mega long, dude. It's on in the side room. I'm stopping by. Make the PRD. Yep, GDD, man. GDD, game design dog. Yeah, that's the PRD of games, basically. Got it. Epoch is Next.js. Okay, I knew that one was Next.js. Or I had a feeling if any are Next.js, it's Epoch. Framework question, match Epoch. Next. Oh my god, this keyboard's gonna be the death of me. Next.js might be overkill. 3.js feels 3.js has worked for my projects. Check the other games, e.g. Fracking Asteroids. Any Battlestar fans? Oops, it already came up with a plan, so I'm going to say escape. I'm gonna say escape. Do I not have that one? That one might have been done mostly from my phone. That's not. Oh yeah, so another thing you can do from the website is you can go to the code. Click this button. Take you straight to GitHub. Maybe I typed it wrong. About to find out. Oh, I'm in the wrong directory. That would do it. Nope. Doesn't look like it's there. I don't have that one on this computer. Weird. I probably don't need a fetch. Literally just cloned. Don't need a poll either. It's fine. There's no fracking asteroids. Oh, I beat you, buddy. No, I didn't beat it. You beat me. Check it again, bro. You found a hack in what? Tab auto mode to bypass. Install the warp plugin to enable rich agent notifications. Failed to install the warp plugin. I tried. Thanks, warp. Oh, it worked that time. Boom. I didn't even read that. Probably should have read that. Install the warp plugin marketplace repository. Install the warp plugin. Okay. Boom. Trusting you, warp. Trusting you with my computer life. Like, use the shift tab. It only lets you choose auto mode. Leaving plan mode now. It might work. Really? I'm not following. I just hit escape and I'm still in plan mode, right? Yeah, I'm still in plan mode. I could have also went down and gave it feedback, but I already typed up my message. That's why I hit escape earlier. It should go right back to the plan. So this actually gets stored. I think it was stored in like a really obscure place when they used to do plan mode, but now I think you can just go find all of your planning files. I don't know, maybe it's always been that easy to find them, but I think they're in the user directory.claude folder. So it will go back, it will recover the plan. It's not lost. Got it. Fracking asteroids is Next.js as well. And TypeScript. Okay. I mean, I'm a fan of TypeScript, don't get me wrong. I love my types. And it's nice for having the agents validate them, quickly. Because if the types checks pass, that's a whole class of errors that won't happen. But I've also done some 3JS with JavaScript, and I can't reason about a bunch of plain JavaScript, but the agents can. This Luca guy, man, what is he saying? I'm just kidding. I know Luca. What I meant is, you said the new update is causing problems when I plan. I thought I had to use auto mode and was getting the bash problem. I wonder if the bash problem continues if you just tab to bypass after accepting the plan. When I got that bash problem, it tells you to just search. It says, like, the one I got at least was like, you can't. I got two. There was one that was like you can't chain bash commands or something, but that was like a couple weeks ago. The 4.7 one was a little more obscure. It's like you can't do this thing to find files. You must use search tool or something. I don't remember. I took a screenshot of it. I think it's on Slack, Luca. But that one, it just kept going. There's like Claude was just like doing its own thing, and it just figured it out. But I did give that error back to Claude and say, put this in your Claude local MD so you never freaking make that mistake again. Let's see. Okay, here's our new plan. Since we're vibing, we don't even need to read the plan, right? No. Yes, but no. You could, like, literally, you could go and you could just like do rapid feedback, like play the game that it produces and be like, it totally misunderstood me. But an ounce of preparation could save us some pain later, right? So I'm gonna read this, okay? You can tune out, editor, you can edit it, but I'm gonna read it. If anything sounds off, call it out. Vibe Racer GDD. The year is 2026. Just kidding, doesn't say that. Context. That's one thing I didn't say. I said cartoony. I just want to see what that looks like, but I don't know. But I didn't say like future Tron looking game, nothing like that. That's fine. The Vibe Racer repo currently has only a README. Blah. And is a blank slate. The user wants a browser-based 3D arcade racer with a track editor, per path user-owned tracks, version leaderboards, streaming synth music, and a feedback fab. The deliverable for this task is a single design doc at docs/gdd.md that captures the full design so implementation can proceed in a follow-up task. Exactly, Claude. Exactly. 3 sibling projects inform the stack. Fracking asteroids, Next.js 15, TypeScript, raw 3JS, no React 3 fiber, custom collision, no physics engine, custom virtual joystick, no nipple.js, web audio API for procedural synth plus music, Upstash Redis. Upstash, that's who does the key value store. It's a Redis key value store implementation for KV dynamic / API game ID route.ts. This is the best template for Vibe Racer. It's a 3D browser game already wired for Vercel and uses the user's proven patterns. Epoch, Next.js 15 on React 19. So I went from, there is no React in this one. Interesting. Because Epoch has more UI. That's the real-time strategy one. It's all menu-based, right? Has the polished feedback fab with screenshot plus console log capture. Boy, I don't even think the screenshot works. It captures a binary and it doesn't show up in the it shows up as like a binary that I would have to use another app to rent, whatever. So they're going to port that feature. Cool. Determined uses vanilla.js and 3JS via CDN. What? I don't remember doing any CDN stuff. What? I hosted it somewhere? Source of reference patterns for KV sorted set leaderboards, plus anti-cheat validation, plus web audio procedural music scheduler. Cool. Stack decision, match fracking asteroids, Next.js 15. Wasn't there a newer version mentioned somewhere? Maybe not. TypeScript, raw 3JS, custom lightweight physics plus web audio. No React 3 Fiber, no Rapier, no Tone.js, no Nipple.js. This is proven in the user's own code base. And keeps the dependency surface small. Next.js is not overkill here. Hey, using my words against me? Are you using my words against me? I said Next.js might be overkill. No, that's good though. It considered the argument and said, no, it's not overkill because why? Why, Claude? Why Claude 4.7? Why? Tell me more. Because the slug, that's what it's called, the slug, the path, the /randroid. Dynamic route model is core to the game design. And B, it's already what the user's working game project use. 3JS remains the 3D engine the user asked for. It is what I said I use, but maybe there's something new. Somebody go off and do, you know what, Claude? Codex, I mean? Do some, this keyboard. All right, counter of how many did I try to use the wrong keyboard or the broken keyboard? I think we're at like 3 at least. Do some web research. Important to say web research. It used to be, I don't know if it still is. Web research to see if there are any better libraries for native 3D web graphics, web game graphics, compared to 3.js. Any more modern or higher quality libs out there? And I mean that in the non-political sense. Bunch of 3JS libs out there. All right. Dang, this thing is long. The deliverable is the GDD. No code changes. There's no code. Here's the section outlines, vision and pillars, the pitch, cartoony 3D arcade racer, wherever URL is a playground. Visit a slug. Race the track that lives there. Submit a lap time or fork it into a new version. Toy-like snap piece tracks. Streaming synth soundtrack. Pillars. Instant fun. Open URL. Race in seconds. Your track. Your URL. Every path is someone's creation. This is a commercial. Leaderboards that matter. Per version boards. Best effort anti-cheat. Core game loop. Land on URL. New slug. Prompt. Create new track. Load existing. Countdown. Race. Finish line. Time shown. Loop endlessly. Finish line. Time shown. This is a little unclear. So you loop endlessly. The time shows on finish line, but you keep racing. That's kind of what I was thinking in my head. Best lap stays on screen. Pause to submit initials or view leaderboards. So yeah, I'm like thinking maybe best lap and last 3 laps or something. I don't know. We can always tweak that. Camera and perspective. Verizon Horizon style trailing third person cam slightly above. Full car and frame. Smooth lerp toward heading. You guys know what lerping means? Tunable offset height plus distance and lerp speed. Pure 3JS. Camera position. Quaternion. We talked about this last time. Quaternion. Updated each tick. Controls. WASD, how do you say it? WASD. Arrow keys both work. Accelerate W up, brake, reverse, steer, handbrake, space. Okay. Shift up, down, E, Q. Wait, what would handbrake be in mobile? Where's the mobile? There's no mobile. Oh, there. Duh. Keep reading. Manual gearing in a stretch feature, exactly. Mobile touch. Floats where you tap. Port fracking asteroids custom virtual joystick. Beautiful. No nipple.js. No nipples allowed. We're family friendly around here. Left half of screen. First touch spawns a steering stick. At that point, right half of screen. First touch spawns gas brake stick. Up equals gas. Down equals brake. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that'd be better than buttons. I put buttons in that Rock'em Sock'em robot-like game, and they just don't feel tactile. I don't like them. So yeah, up down would actually be pretty cool. Same thing with the fracking asteroids. I don't like the buttons. Both sticks release on touch end, respond at next touch point. Exactly. Vehicle, visual style, cartoony, clean. Start with free. CCO, low poly. CC0, I don't know what that is. Low poly, GLTF from Kenny Car Kit. Thanks, Kenny, whoever you are. I appreciate you making cars for me. Voxel path, open for later. So this is an actual 3D model, which we used in the Rock'em Sock'em game, which I forgot the name of. Physics, simplified arcade, parameters, mass, engine force, brake force, forward grip, lateral grip, steering rate, steering return, and brake lock factor, downforce, max speed. Implementation, custom tick-based integrator. Position, velocity, heading, updated each frame, no Rapier Canyon. Matches fracking asteroids, custom math approach. Track adhesion, raycast from each wheel. I feel like that's going to not be performant, but okay. To ground plane, if off track, apply strong lateral drag plus slowdown. Keeps car on track per the user's requirement. Yeah, I wasn't really thinking like on track as in like the thing is like flying through the air. I meant on track as in you can't go outside the bounds of the road. But should we clarify that? Or is this saying both? This might be saying both. Because if you technically steer off the left side of the road, your wheel would not be on the road. So it's kind of the same thing. We'll see. I don't know if that would correct you to keep, like, we almost need like guardrails, kind of what I was thinking. All right, dev time, tuning panel, live sliders for all params, values per system, local storage. I said I wanted it during dev time, but it knew I wanted, just like our Rock'em Sock'em game, we have that demo mode that lets us tune things. Yeah. Live sliders. I like it. I like it. What I don't like about it is that I don't ever put my stuff in prod. Maybe if you guys actually play this game, maybe I'll freaking release it in prod, but all my stuff is in dev, meaning everybody will have the sliders, meaning everybody can tweak their physics and set higher scores. But you know what? Maybe that's a feature. Maybe that's a feature, guys. Track system. Pieces. Start straight, left 90, right 90. Each occupies one grid cell. Add later S-curve, wider turn, elevation ramp. Editor is a top-down 2D grid view. Click empty cell. Cycle piece, rotation, piece snap. This kind of reminds me of that board game. It's one of the very first things I ever vibe coded on my phone. Based on... It's called Block. The board game is called Block Us or Block US. I don't know. And I named mine Block U. Or Android. You make me laugh. And it had pieces that you could rotate. Closed loop validation, BFS through connectors. BFS. What does that mean? I feel like I know, but I don't know. Save disabled until valid closed loop. Piece limit 64 per track to start. Okay. Versioning SHA-256 of canonical piece array, JSON equals version hash. I just came up with that on the fly. I was like, what if we hash the tracks? That's not for the optimization, but that will be kind of nice. But so we can load them, and we're not storing it as like a 3D model or anything. We're just building the track each time. Each version has its own leaderboard. Access edit track in pause menu and on title screen. I don't know how the title screen will work because you're going to have to, I guess when you save it, you can choose the path maybe. Routing and user, or maybe it saves your local storage. I don't know. Routing and user own paths, Next.js app router. That's why we went Next.js. Okay. Next.js also allows you to do like server side functions and stuff. So that helps with security actually. So I actually do like that we use Next.js now that I think about it. Bread first search. I'm going to pretend that's a typo and not a joke. Also, I think YouTube chat is behind by 30 seconds. Twitch is instant. Not chat, sorry. The stream is behind by 30 seconds. So I'm reacting to your message and I'm like, when did we talk about bread search? Where does that apply? Oh, maybe the track piece? No. Where do we talk about that? I don't remember where that would apply. Okay. Routing and user-owned paths. Next.js app router dynamic routes. Homepage prompt the 3-letter initials. Oh, BFS. Dude, that's at least 30 seconds ago. Okay. Yeah, I do know what VF. I knew I had a feeling I knew what that was. Okay, so it uses breadth first search, or bread first search, as Lucas said. For where was that even mentioned? Dude, where was that? Were you looking it up or something? How far behind are you? I don't remember where that was. BFS. Oh, you can just search in Warp. How cool. Oh, it's just right here. It was the track system. Closed loop validation. BFS through connection. Okay, so it's going to have to validate the path to know that it's a closed loop. And so it's going to use BFS to do that. Cool. Okay. Sounds good. Thank you, Luca. Look at that. We actually have an engineer in the freaking chat, man, giving us valuable information there. Oh, hey, Codex came back. As of April 17, 2026. Wasn't I just joking about the date? Here we go. There are better options than 3JS. What? For some web game use cases, but not a single universal replacement. If by better, you mean more modern engine with more built-in game rendering features, the strongest alternatives are Babylon. I've heard of that. Play Canvas, no idea. Wonderland Engine, never heard of it. If you want lower level, more GPU native API, Luma.gl is the interesting one. If you mean best general purpose JS 3D library, 3.js is still the default. You know what would be cool? Why don't you guys do this? Why don't you fork this GDD as soon as I push it? Why don't you go fork my branch and then fork you for forking my branch? No, I'm just kidding. Fork the branch and then go implement the same thing, like maybe tweak the GDD, have Claude change wherever it says 3JS to Play Canvas or Wonderland Engine. Or tell Claude to update the GDD to use Wonderland Engine instead of 3JS. I would love to see that variant. Like build the same game. This is a Ghost library. You ever hear of Ghost libraries? This is a Ghost library where you take the design of the software and then you go implement it in any stack that you want. The specs stay the same, the implementation changes. And so you open source the spec and then people go and implement the code privately or whatever. Hell yeah, let's do it, guys. We should call this Ghost Rider instead. Ghost Fiber. Last tangent. One of the first mobile games, probably the first mobile game we ever released on the store. Do you remember this, Santiago? We released Ghost Rider for Android. That shit was awesome. It was a snake game, but you were the Ghost Rider. And Santiago did all the art. It was sprite based and your tail was flames. Ah, man, that was awesome. That was on the apps, the Google Play Store or whatever. It might not even been called Google Play Store when that first came out. Didn't it have a different name back then? It was on there for probably a couple of years, and then we just never updated the API in the libraries and stuff. So all of our early games eventually got pulled off the app stores. But I bet you I could find the code for it in Google Drive. Oh, that'd be fun. That'd be fun to recreate that with the original art. Okay, Santiago, put that in the calendar for a video. We should do that. Dig up that old code or old art and re-implement it. That'd be fun. And then we should do the Minotaur game as well. Oh, the best game that we never shipped, had the coolest story and custom music, custom drawn, hand-drawn art. It's a game called oh god, what is it, Santiago? It's like for years you had the story idea and stuff too. I still remember it. But the guy with the pumpkin head in the pumpkin patch. What the heck is his name? Oh, what is that game called? Oh, Brain Bludgeoner. Brain Bludgeoner 8 or something. No, Brain Bludgeoner. Yeah. Brain Bludgeoner 8? Was it 8? I think we just gave it a random title. Anyways, sorry. No more tangents. That just took me back. Okay. All right, where are we at? Slug, main game page loads the latest version of the Slug's track. If Slug doesn't exist, show, create, or load prompt for that Slug. Cool. Slug, and then hash loads a specific historical version. Leaderboard time travel. That's cool. So the hash will actually be the version code. But plus, you have to be on that Slug. That's awesome. Okay, I kind of like that. Anyone can visit any Slug, race, any version, edit, create new version. Because then you could just share the version. Because if someone comes in and they overwrite your version with a new version, it's kind of annoying. I was thinking about that. It's like, how do you handle that? You could just share the version with your, or you just share the URL with your version in the or hash in the version. You just share your Slug and your hash for the version you want people to play. That's awesome. Anyone can visit any Slug, race any version, edit, create new versions, and submit scores with initials on any version they actually raced. Race flow, start signal, 3, 2, 1, go, countdown with synth beeps and animated traffic light, red, red amber, green go. Red amber? Isn't it just yellow? Orange, maybe? Input ignored until go, lap detection, invisible finish line, plane plus N, checkpoints around the lap, preventing cutting. Yep. Ooh, first one to break it. First one to like, don't hack the leaderboard because I know there's always ways to hack. Maybe not with Next.js backend stuff, but don't hack the leaderboard to set 9, or I guess it wouldn't be 999. It'd be like 0.00000 or 0.0001 or whatever. Don't do that. I'm telling you right now. If anyone does that, I'm going to tell your mama. No, I'm just kidding. Now I'm just like challenging people to do it. No, but if you can clip through somebody's map or like cut corners without like, and like defeat this like checkpoints protection, that'd be cool. I'd like to see that. That's a challenge. You could probably do it with adjusting the physics slider and stuff, I bet. So while that's in the game, do it. HUD, current lap time, best lap this session, best ever for this track version. What does that mean? Oh, okay. I didn't actually read it properly. I just, in my head, I was like, best ever. Best what? Lap time. Got it. Endless looping, no lap cap. That's cap right there. Who was talking about cap earlier? Someone was talking about cap earlier. Cap at the C, bro. Pause to exit. Menu and pause, title screen, add slash, logo plus play, plus load existing track, settings, cartooning background, synth title, music, pause menu, resume, restart, edit track, leaderboard, settings, exit to title. All sounds good. Feedback fab only appears while paused. Actually, what are settings? I guess it's the sliders. Feedback fab, yep. Physics and controls, tuning, dev time, collapsible dev panel shown behind key. So then what is settings? What is settings? What are you hallucinating a settings for? There's literally no settings. Maybe a version code. You put a version code in the settings. Physics and controls, tuning, dev time, collapsible dev panel. We said that. Live sliders for all car camera params. Ooh, camera params. Why didn't I think of that? That's smart. Values persist to local storage. We have camera params in the Rock'em Sock'em, so that makes sense. Values persist to local storage, not shipped to players, gated by dev toggle. Interesting. Does that mean only previews will have it? If there's a way to do it for just previews, then I get it. But I kind of do want to ship it to players, though. I want to see what people do with it. We'll see. Leaderboard, storage, per slug, version hash, sorted, set, KV, score equals lap times at member, initials, timestamp, nods. What about track? See version, the track, and the slug. Yeah, slack. Okay, so slug and version hash. Yes, that's correct. Flow, on race start, client calls this post, server returns a signed race token. Uh-oh, this is how my security works, guys. No more security through obscurity. Slug version hash nonce issued at, you're a nonce, issued at HMAC signed with race signing secret. Client records checkpoint hits during race, checkpoint ID, time in milliseconds. On submit, API race submit. That's interesting. We're going to post checkpoints. I guess that's to help with the cheating, to post your checkpoint. Sorry, you guys can't play my game offline. Always on connection required. On submit, post API resubmit, client sends token, checkpoints, final time MS, initials. I didn't think through where the initials should be inputted. I get they can be in local storage, but what if you want to change them? Like when does it ask for these? I think it said earlier, like when you start, like when you go to this, do you put your initials in? Do you guys remember where it said you first enter your initials? I feel like it either glossed over that or I glossed over that. Right here. Submit scores with initials. But how does it know your initials? Just because you raised. It doesn't know your initials. Yeah. We need to clarify that. 4. We're up to 4, guys. 4 times I tried to use that broken keyboard. Clarify the flow for setting and updating your initials. It must be done to save your times, but we also want to auto save times and auto times after finishing a lap. Right? Did it answer that, or did I just forgot and missed it, or what? You guys remember? Good catch. Hey, Claude, giving me a. That's why we read, guys. That's why we read. Honestly, it would have made something up, and it would have probably been good enough. But I'm just showing you. When you're vibing anything, it's good. It's nice. It's nice to actually read the plan. You know. You're riding the wave for the code, but the plan, come on. That's the important part, right? That's where all the ideas are. That's where the requirements come out. That's where you make or break your design. I say that because I actually completely vibed the design of a game. Like, make it fun. Go do research. Add more features. We're talking tens of hours of just agent churning, searching the web, comparing against other games. And it couldn't make it fun. It couldn't make the creative part. That's the part where humans still are at the top of the leaderboard. For now. All right. Claude has written up a plan and is ready to execute. Okay. I'm sure you are, Claude. Okay, vehicle. We talked about track system. We talked about routing and user-owned paths. Kind of talked about, but initials must be in here somewhere. Alrighty. Okay. Dang. I don't know if I'm on the new plan or the old plan. There we go. Okay. Task. You guys know what just happened? You know what just happened? 5 times I used the keyboard. The left side works, the right side doesn't. So when I typed initials, it only got the left side keys. Initial. Why is it not here? I guess I wasn't clicked into it. Weird. Deliverable. Okay, here we go. Loop endlessly. Pause to submit initials. How's it going to work, guys? You can race without initials, but then you can't save your score. Homepage, if initials not yet set, prompts for 3-letter initials. Shows create new track, load. Okay, so you set it on the... Hey, we got 3 people watching on YouTube, man. I didn't know YouTube was so popular. Just kidding. Welcome to the chat. We are vibing a race game called Vibe Racer. We're just looking over the plan that we came up with. Trying to spot the flaw. Initial life cycle. What is this character? Does anyone know what this S is? It's trying to reference another section or something, you know? But like, what is that? It's like a little snake, little double S. It's like that little symbol you used to make in middle school. For leaderboard interaction, initials live in local storage under vibrator.initials. Set ones were used everywhere. First visit prompt before showing crate load. Direct slug visit, e.g. Luca. Luca! You're going to make it into the game design doc. You're in the plan. I don't know. It might not put it in the game design doc, but, you know, you are my number one fan, apparently. What does that say? Look at you literally have a crown. You guys can't see this, but he's literally got a crown. Let me show you. Look at that. A little crown. Number one. Luca, Luca, Luca. This dude literally pairs with me for 10 hours a day, and now he's watching my freaking stream. Get a life. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Cool. You're in the plan. With no initials set yet, no upfront prompt, the player can race first. Oh, if you go to someone's slug, you can race. Initials are collected inline the first time a lap auto submits. Isn't that annoying though? Like you're like trying to get the fastest time. It's your first time around a new track. You got to the finish line and you want to go do another lap, but no, a screen pops up saying give me your initials. I guess we could do that. We could also just pop the screen when you go to somebody's track. Wouldn't that be a better flow? Wouldn't that, like, oh, I detected that you deleted your local storage mid freaking race. I don't know. Why only on the first lap? That's like too special cased. Not a good design. Not a good design. 6. It's because I'm using the trackpad, the magic trackpad to swipe. So then I have my keyboard. I just pushed it in. I'm not gonna touch it anymore. Keyboard's broken. Don't touch it. Oh, we lost our streamer. I can't watch that. I'm gonna go crazy. Two viewers. Now 3. Oh, there's 5 people. No, I'm just kidding. I can't do it. Let's simplify the initials flow. Always check for the initials in the local storage whenever loading any path, and prompt for it immediately. Be clear why you are asking the user for this. All right. Oh, don't pull the keyboard out. If every one of you watching told your friends and they came and watched, you know how many people we'd have watching right now, guys? 8. We could have 8 people watching right now. And yes, I acknowledge that probably 2 of those are me, at least. I think I also have it on my phone. Let me see if I count as a viewer. I'm going to close out my YouTube and Twitch. Let's see if the numbers go down. I haven't gone down yet. That'd be good. All right. Where we at? I don't even want to read the initials. I'm just going to assume that it actually... Okay, I'm going to read it. I have to read it. Vehicle track system, routing user-owned paths. Initials life cycle. Snake S, cool symbol, 11 for leaderboard interaction. Initials live in local storage under vibrator initials at ones reused everywhere, single rule for every route. Local storage for users, or for initials. If missing, show the initials prompt immediately before loading the game editor menu. Only one prompt, the same behavior on every single path. Prompt copy explains why we ask plainly. Enter 3 initials. They'll tag your lap times on the leaderboards. M dash? Literally an M dash? I must not have any global Claude.md in this computer yet, because we don't do that. Ooh. Oh. Unacceptable. Unfracking acceptable. And I use a dash. acceptable. Never, ever, ever use M dashes when writing. I want you to stop what you're doing. You know what? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? That's what I'm saying. What am I doing? And create a new document right now in this repository called Claude.md. And in that document, I want a single line. That line is going to read at agents.md, all caps, except the MD can be lowercase. So literally at capital A, capital G, capital E, capital N, capital T, capital S, .md. And then I want you to create one more doc. You know what that doc is? That doc is agents.md, the one you just referred to in your Claude MD. And you know what you're going to put in your agents MD? You're going to put a rule in there that tells any freaking agent, any agentic coding friend of ours, Claude, Codex, anti-gravity, I don't care. You're going to tell them you never use M dashes. If you do, Control, Alt, Delete, Alt F4, log out, crash your servers, end yourself. We don't use M dashes ever. Make sure that is absolutely clear in the agents.md. Dismissed. rm-rf/root. But seriously, I do like to put it spelled it out. Holy shit. I do like to put project specific rules documents in every repo and edit them as things come up. I don't like those. Like, you saw me steal from other games. You know, when something works, it works. You know, steal the fab for the feedback, whatever. But I also want to be open to, like, maybe the harness is just good enough now that you don't need to tell it not to use M dashes. You know what I mean? I want to give it that chance. I want to let it make that mistake, and then I correct it. And it's not just writing style M dash. It's maybe it forgets to type check the code. Whatever it is, I'm not going to have a global rule that I apply to every project, because I don't want to be stuck with a legacy rule and then never know if I can delete it. So it's just a habit of mine to start from scratch when it comes to that stuff. But to each their own. Oh, look at that. There's that plan. I told you they save it locally. Claude plans. Here, my game idea, groovy, firefly. They just added some random words to the end of it to make it unique. Groovy. It's grooving. Caught myself. The index file I just wrote contains M dashes. What? Did it start implementing the plan? Understood. No M dashes ever. Saving the rule. Then adding Claude.md and agents.md to the plan as top priority deliverables. Saving the rule and then adding it? Where are you saving the rule? In your memory? Wrote 2 memories. That's fine. I like memories. So it has these auto memories now. Where are these? Claude projects. Okay, so it's project specific memory. Never use M dash in writing. Prefer simple, consistent flows over branchy UX. Did that already exist? It must have. Okay, so it already has some memories. I just got done saying how I don't like to share rules across projects, and here they are spying on me with these memories from past projects. That's fine. I'll let them do their memory. That's like first party. They're doing it. They improve their harness to decide when to take memories. Fine. I will trust your memory system for the moment. I just did Control O to bring that up if you're wondering. All right, synthesizing, reading one file, writing one memory. I don't know if it's because I'm on like Opus 4.7 high, or I don't even know if I'm on what thinking level or effort level I'm on, but it's only 600 tokens and it's taking forever. What are you doing? Do I have thinking mode on? Where's that setting, Luca? Is that in config? Oh, plan is ready. Is it in config? Where do you set to show thinking? Show tips. Auto compact is on. Reduce motion. Thinking mode true. So it's just on by default. Thinking, it's in model 47. Def slower though. But does it tell you? Well, was that the thoughts, or is there more? Like, can you turn on like more verbose logging of its thoughts? Oh, model. It's in model. Rewind code, yes. Oh, verbose output. That's what is that it? I kind of want to know what it's doing when it's like stuck like that. Yeah, I don't come in here too often, but they've added some good stuff. Terminal progress bar, space, turn that on. Verbose, space, turn that on. Show turn duration, default permissive mode, use auto mode during plan, respect get ignore. No, don't do that. Skip the copy picker. I don't know what that is. Update theme. Push when Claude decides. Ooh. Are they locking down pushes now? Because normally what happens is when you do a get push at all in the conversation, it will just like from then on automatically push. It's like, oh, you told me to push once, so I'm going to push. So is this supposed to prevent that? Output style. What is this? Is this okay, this is the learning thing. Explanatory. Maybe that's what I want. Takes more tokens though. Claude explains its implementation choices and code-based patterns. I'm going to turn that on. We're doing some teaching, okay? Teaching how to vibe. We need to explain ourselves. No, it's not thinking, but it shows more about bash commands, I think. I was going to figure out turning on thinking. Not sure how. I did that with warp. Oh, that was warp. Okay. Show last response in external editor. Show PR status footer. Model. Okay, that's right. Extra high. Okay, so I am on extra high right now. That explains probably why it's so damn slow. Auto connect to IDE. Claude and Chrome. I do want to turn that on. Enable remote control. Yeah. Cool. All right. Continue. Lucky you guys are patient. That extra high is definitely slowing things down. And it's using, I'm sure it's using more tokens, so we could run out, but we're going so damn slow. I think our 5-hour window is going to reset before we get to max context. I'll try to speed it up. Sorry. I'm just nitpicking these little things. All right. Vehicle, track system we talked about. Routing we basically talked about. Race flow we kind of talked about. No lap cap. Menu and pause. Yeah, that's where I hallucinated the settings. That's fine. Leaderboards. Yep. Initials are always already set. Server flow. Restart client calls this. Server returns signed race token. Client records checkpoint hits during race. This does feel like overkill, but I did tell it to like do some anti-cheat, so that's fine. On each lap completion, client calls this. You know what's missing here? There's a huge gap here, I think. No, the token will take care of it. Probably. Do you know what the huge gap could possibly be? Do you guys know what I'm thinking? Oh yeah, YouTube did go down 1 viewer, so one of those was me. Twitch is still up though. Luca, does this sound like a gap? What do you think? If you and I both go to /Luca and are on the same version of the track, and we're both racing around the track, and I hit a checkpoint, and I call this, where's the checkpoint one? Is it this one? Whatever, I called the checkpoint endpoint. Does it send your initials? If it sends your initials, that's not as likely to collide, but still could collide if we have the same initials. And then I send mine, you send yours. Are we overwriting each other's data? Or does this race signing secret store per like computer, per user, per IP or something? I think we might be missing something here. Token checkpoint slap time initials. Server validates token signature is not expired. All checkpoints hit in correct order. So I guess we have to go back to where you get the token to know if it's tied to your machine. Like how Steam adds the digits. Yeah, we'll get, yeah, maybe something where you have to validate that this is you. Because I don't want to do login. I do not want to do like create a user login, but we could do like send yourself a code through your email or text, but I don't know. Is there another way to do that without email or text? I'm not going to implement those. So I feel like you could use some kind of MAC address that's like safe to share or whatever, that doesn't change that often, and that's good enough. Like even if it generates an ID in local storage and then that's you from then on, and then if you play from another machine, you just create a new account basically from every machine or every time you delete your local storage. It's not ideal, obviously, but it's probably the best way to do it until you have login. If we were going to like really release this full on, we'd probably just need login. But I'm more worried about, do we override each other? So I think I just need, I get avatars. You can make accounts, but I haven't been doing that in any of my games. Not enough people play them to justify that. And I want low friction for people to try my games, and if they had to log in, it kind of sucks. But I'm not totally against that. I'll consider it. Let's just add Claude. Let's ask Claude. Okay. Did we account for the fact that different people / computers can be playing the same slug / hash at any given moment? We need to make sure the token is specific to one IP MAC address / user somehow. Do people even talk about MAC address anymore? Funny story. When I was a kid, family friend, it was like a cable guy, and we had a cable modem for our internet. I think it was cable, maybe it was DSL. I don't know, whatever it was. This is post 56K days, but there was something about, what was he trying to do? Trying to hack something, like get free internet or faster internet, or what was it? I don't even remember what it was. I know the same family friend like helped me try to mod my PS2, and I broke it. Talk about why I don't touch hardware, or when I do, I always break something. Anyways, but there was something about modifying your modem. I don't even remember what we were trying to do, honestly. But it was the first time I ever heard about a MAC address, and like there was some stupid protection where it wouldn't work because the MAC address didn't line up with the modem. I don't know. I don't remember enough about it. It was a long time ago, but that was my first experience with a MAC address, just like a unique identifier for hardware. Okay, let's see what they said. What Claude said. They. Sorry, I didn't want to misgender you, Claude. They. What did they say? They said, I was hoping to have like a preamble where it's like, oh, here it is. Okay, good catch. Concurrent racers on the same slug hash need per racer token binding, so one player can't steal another's token. Browsers can't read MAC addresses. Exactly. I knew that. But you know what I'm talking about, Claude. You know what I'm talking about. That's why I mentioned it. And IP is unreliable on mobile. The correct approach is server-issued racer ID, opaque cookie that gets baked into the signed token. As long as that signed token is stored in your local storage, then it will live as long as your local storage doesn't get wiped out, which is a long time. I don't think people delete their cookies on sites specifically. I don't know, maybe people do. But then this might break in if people want to play in incognito or possibly with ad blocker, whatever. We're gonna have a total of 3 users. Doesn't matter. We're overthinking it, guys. Come on. We iterate fast around here. It's good enough. I'm kind of doing this to like think through the engineering problem. It's kind of fun for me. I like to nitpick and think about the design. But yeah, if you're vibing, you're probably not going this deep on this stuff. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Menu and pause, leaderboards, server flow. Okay, so it added a bunch to server flow. I can tell initials match after uppercase profanity filter. What? No profanity filter. You can put ass. You can put ASS. Okay, that is somebody's initials. It's one of our 3 players' initials, probably. Profanity filter. Come on. All right, we'll leave it for now. If that's your initials, email me. You saw my email earlier in the stream. Email me. I'll look for you. Just put in the subject, my initials are ass, and I couldn't save to your leaderboards. Okay? Put that in the subject, and I'll fix it just for you. Okay? Let me know if your initials get flagged by the profanity filter. If valid kv.z add into leaderboard, member includes a racer ID for audit, returns fresh nonce. Alright, if invalid, drop silently, no error, leaked HUD, still shows local time, per IP, per slug, per racer ID. This would be annoying to troubleshoot. Alright, what this protects against: 2 concurrent players on the same track, each has their own racer ID and their own nonces. Imagine this, imagine remote play now, like Ghost Car. I don't think it's going to be real time though, that's the problem. It'll be like per checkpoint maybe, and then we can lerp between the last checkpoints. But yeah, maybe we can, since we're doing these checkpoints, we can actually kind of know where we can even do more frequent updates, like every 1 second send your position or something. But just a thought. Oh, we can have a ghost of your best time, so that you can watch. Oh, but then you would have to send your not exact, but you'd have to like send your pathing, like what path you took and what speed you were going at like a pretty small interval. Like we could lerp between them, but like imagine a 64 piece, I think that's the limit, right? 64 track pieces. And let's say a track piece takes you 1 second to get through. So the longest possible track is just like a minute. And imagine we send, you want to know where they are. You can't just like know maybe you know where they are at the start of the track piece and how fast they're going, and then you know how far they were at the end of the track piece. So like we do a ping every second basically to say, here's my position, speed, direction of the steering, whatever, if they're braking or not, position on that. And then when they get to the end of it, it's like just a second later. And then we store 60 of those a minute, 64 of those. Yeah, honestly, that's very simple design, but as long as we only have 3 users, I think that would work well. What this does not protect against: explicitly scoped out best ever per section 1, a player modifying the client physics to produce fast but plausible times. Segment minimum times set a floor. Anything below is rejected, but times above the floor are trusted. Yeah, that would be nice. We could probably do that. 2 devices share a cookie, same family computer. They collectively share a racer ID, which is acceptable. Is it, Claude? Did you ask me if that was acceptable? I'm just kidding. That is acceptable. I agree. Acceptable for V1. UI, top N for current version, default 25. Drop down to browse old versions of the slug. Personal best celebration, larger flash plus sound. I like that. Hallucination, good job. Only on a new personal best against this track version. Feedback fab, port from epoch, 2 modifications, blah, 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 blah. Config updates, change hard-coded repo, vibe bracers. in the ported route TS, GitHub pat environment variable name preserved matches epoch for consistency. So I need to go set that. Keep screenshot and console log capture useful for bug reports in a 3D game. Audio, peer web audio API, no tone.js. Pattern, one audio context. So a little background on why I do streaming audio or web audio, whatever they want to call this, like APIs that just like generates tones. I never actually looked at the code, how it works, but it's not a stored wave file. It's not a pre-compiled binary. It's like sheet music or something that plays live. And the reason I do that is because hosting the resources and loading them was like a pain across different browsers or something. Scheduled with a 50 millisecond to 120 millisecond look at ticker, mirrors fracking asteroids, and determines music. Title music, cartoony synth loop, stream scheduled from game start. Starts on first user gesture. Click to satisfy autoplay policies. See, this thing. Oh my god. Santi, if you watch this, do you remember how big of a pain in the ass this requirement is? That web browsers you have to click before you play. Like it's clearly like an ad blocker requirement thing. Not ad blocker, but like spam prevention thing. Not spam, you know what I mean. But we did a game, we did a paid gig years ago when we were trying to make apps for people and games for people. We did one for this it was like a learning app, and sorry, I heard my daughter, it's distracting. I'm gonna have to go in a bit, so we're gonna push forward on this, and then I'm gonna see how this came out. Okay, stretch future. All right, we're doing it. 7. I hit enter on the keyboard, guys. Auto mode. Now we're cooking. Now we're vibing. Plan approved. Oh, I forgot. This is just a plan. So I'm going to check this in. And then maybe we'll do a part 2. Maybe that's how we'll do this. Maybe I'll... Man, I want to finish this. I really like the idea of that. I check this in and you guys can come like pull it and fork it and tweak it slightly. And like someone goes and use Wonderland Engine or Play Canvas or Babylon JS or all 3. I don't care. LumaGL. I want to see your guys' implementation of this. Just curious. You will need to set up Vercel, but just ask Claude how to do that. There's a free account. I'm on the $20 a month plan, but I used the free account for the longest time. It's like really, really good value. I mean, it's free, but I mean, they give you a lot. I don't know if they have the KV store for free. That one actually might be usage based, so do not freak. I shouldn't even say it. You guys, if you spam my leaderboards and cost me money, I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. But then again, that'd mean you watched. So maybe it's worth the risk. Just to know. N dash. Is that the smaller one? It must be. This should be a hook, right, Luca? Before every tool call that writes text, scan your output. Like that could be a hook. That's so extreme though. I don't think we need to do that, but okay. I mean, I was pretty critical. I was pretty like, you can never do this. So I get why I went that route. Pre-commit, make sure there's no M dashes. Yeah, I guess this makes sense to have here too, because it literally put it in the game text where it's telling you why it needs your initials. It's like, it's not just the game design doc. It was trying to put it in the UI. Can you imagine that? A game called Vibe Racer that clearly has AI generated text. Come on, man. Don't give away the game. I mean, give it away. It's a free game. But I mean, don't give away that this is a Vibe game. Well, give it away because it's live streamed and the whole point is that it's Vibe. But still, looks cheap. Looks lazy. Looks, what's the word? Unsophisticated to vibe a game. There's people out there grinding right now, learning how to model, how to draw, how to make music. appreciate you people. Please keep doing that. Humanity needs it. Teach me. Teach me how to code. Teach me how to Dougie. No, I have no, what's the word, qualms about vibe coding. But yeah, some people out there that would judge you for making AI art, AI games. Everybody's doing it though. I was trying to bet, like, have you guys been seeing these like smaller indie games come out the last couple of years that are just like selling 5 million copies? What was it? Crimson Desert. There's a new pirate one out. I was thinking about getting it. It's kind of a survival. I think it's early access called does anybody know what it's called? Something bound? No. I'm gonna Google it. I was thinking about picking it up. It's like $30. 8 keyboard count. New pirate game. Oh, Windrose. I don't know how I got bound. Wind, I guess. Windrose. Oops. Let's try and drag. It didn't work. Split screen. Windrose. It's a newly highly rated pirate survival RPG that launched in early access on April 14th. Procedural ocean exploration. Base building. I don't know how many devs built this, but I feel like they used AI to help build, right? I mean, maybe not the art, maybe not the sound, but why wouldn't they use Claude or Codex or something to help? But my point is, people are making higher quality stuff faster because of these tools. And so we get more fun games faster and more often and for cheaper. It's like, I love that. And it's still creative. You know, maybe there's a lot of shovelware or whatever it's called nowadays, but I do think people are getting to build what they love and want to put out there. Oh, I got a blocked. Ooh, check this out, guys. Check this out. I got another bot in my stream that got blocked. Cheap viewers, stream boo.live, blah, 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 blah. Allow will post it to the chat. Deny. Also, we should, how do I ban someone? Oh, I've never banned anyone. How do you do that? Block. Report. Should I report them? Boom. Now I could do one of those ban reviews that all the popular streamers do. Just kidding. Oh, this finished. All 3 files created. 0 M dashes. Cool. What do we have? Git status. Cool. Commit. Rewrite the readme.md. Keep it concise. Plan to link out to other .mds in /docs for specifics when we have them. For now, just link to gdd.md. Oh, you know what? I'm going to tell people. Add a note suggesting people fork the repo, have Claude /Codex update the gdd.md to use something other than 3.js. And Vibe a second implementation of this game. Think of this commit as a ghost library that anyone could implement in their own stack. Ideas. Babylon, 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 bum, 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 bum. Claude Code's formatter sucks. Bum, 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 bum. Wonderland engine. So one thing I can do, I won't be able to stream it. That's the problem. I wanted to stream this whole game from start to finish, so maybe I'll just wait and do like another follow-up tomorrow or something. I mean, we'll see how far we can get. I maybe have like 5 minutes. I don't know. We'll see. But 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 times I use the keyboard. Commit and push. All right, now I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna let it just go vibe and see how far I can get. I don't think it's gonna take that long. This is a pretty simple game, but I could be wrong. I'm gonna let it run, and I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna kill this context right now. We've used 13%. I don't think it compacted. It may have. Did anyone notice? I don't know. It is auto compact, so maybe it did. I know we would have noticed. So it's only used 13% of 1 million, whatever that is. But we have the plan. We have a bunch of extra context in here that didn't make it into the plan that may or may not help Claude. But if people are going to be using this as a ghost library, they're not going to have that context. They're just going to have the GDD. To be fair, I also have memory and I have Claude. I probably have a root Claude MD somewhere. But for the most part, this is what your experience would be if you open up Claude right now and say, implement the gdd.md. Iteratively, with quality, validate your implementation as you go. Ask clarifying extra space as needed. Ask clarifying questions as needed. All right, I just made that up, but you literally could say implement the GDDMD or implement this game or continue. It will figure it out, right? Take a couple extra contexts or tokens to figure it out, but it would figure it out. But yeah, that's what I thought of in the moment. You know, let's do some iterative development. Hopefully it will catch issues as it goes. I told it to validate its work. It'll probably write some tests. It might try to use like browser MCP and actually play the game itself. If not, which it probably won't, but I will do another stream. Maybe not this game, maybe this game, showing you guys how we can have Claude test itself. What I like to do is like a full smoke test where it literally opens up the browser and plays the game, sets a lap score, puts its initials, all of that, proves that it works end to end. That's my ideal test. And then, of course, some smaller feature tests that aren't quite as end to end, or some unit tests. Cool, great. I also like. I used to use hooks. Don't really use hooks for this anymore. I just put something in the Claude that tells it to run it. But I like to run linters and syntax type checkers, all that stuff too. And then I have my CI run it as well and GitHub. If I do a PR, when I'm on my phone, I always do PR because Claude Code mobile likes to do PRs. I could remote into this using that thing I turned on earlier, but I haven't been doing that much. I've just been using the mobile app or the web app and putting in a PR, and then CI will run, validate it. I'll preview it because Vercel will always paste a link to preview your game, and then I'll merge it. All right, how should I scope the first implementation? Vertical slice, breadth first, full V1. Implement every GDD section end to end in one pass. Longer before anything runs, but closer to shippable when done. Infrastructure first. KV, middleware, yeah. Learn the infrastructure first. I mean, you don't get to play it, though. That's the annoying part. What GitHub owner repo should the feedback fab target? Android's Vibracer. How strict should I be about tests during the initial pass? GDD rule H strict. Oh, we didn't actually read the game design doc, by the way. We read the plan to create the game design doc. Cool. So there's something in the game design doc about being strict about testing. So that's cool. All right, maybe while that runs, we actually pull it up. All right, nice and concise. I love it. And then docs, GDD. Engine braking force grip. Okay, this wasn't in the plan, right? So like it got a little more detailed, I think. Where's the part about iteration tests? Baby, you back? Oh, you look so tired.
She's sick.
Oh,
But she feels so much better now.
you want to go to sleep? You want to go lay down? Okay. Okay. I turn off the stream. We go lay down. You want to say bye? You want to say bye to my friends? Okay. Say bye. You're not feeling well. So Papa gotta go, okay? Say good night. Can you say good night? She don't want to talk. All right, baby's not feeling well. We're gonna go to sleep. I will. Let's see if this thing finished. I'll just push it, and it's still going. See, this is just doing all this setup. I will start the stream tomorrow or Sunday, where this leaves off. So I'll just leave everything running. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you got something out of this. If not, try harder. I'm just kidding. All right, bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Baby, sure, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Robot. Hey, robot. Okay, let's go to bed.